Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball repair video for you this evening. We have been working on a newer one lately. To me, this is a newer one, even though it's from the 90s, but it's an NBA Fastbreak, Bally NBA Fastbreak. And we did a couple videos on it where we got the thing to work again. One of the things we had to fix was the soundboard. Obviously, we're still working on the display. We ordered some caps for that. But I think in this video what we're going to do is work on the Playfield, because we can't really test play it or anything with it as dirty as it is. Now, there's really nothing wrong with the Playfield. It's just filthy. So we're going to clean it up a little bit. We're going to look at all of what we've got, what we're missing. The only thing I noticed that we were missing was this little flash thing here, and it was stuck in the wrong spot. A bunch of bulbs are burnt out, obviously. But this is what we're starting with. I don't see any wear on the Playfield or anything. We bought this from an operator. He had it in a storage building for years and years and years because the audio board had some problems. And we bought it, and it sat around here for years and years and years, but we finally fixed it the other day. So this is what we're starting with. So I'm going to have Joe clean up the Playfield a little bit. We're not going to go as severe as we usually go on them because it's just dirt. There's no damage to the Playfield that I can see, at least. So we're just going to clean it up. All new rubber rings, new lamps. But then we'll at least have a game where we can play it a little bit and test play it and make sure everything's working properly. I think everything is, because we messed with it a little bit on the previous video. We figured out that we're missing the lockdown bar, so we don't have the fire button, but we'll figure that out probably on the next video. But let me get Joey to get at the Playfield here. And by the way, we're putting white rubber rings on it. These black ones don't do it for me. These black post ones, I don't know if Joe will change those or not, but I'll probably change them for yellow ones. I just like them. I think they play better with the white rubber rings on them, and they don't get as dirty. All of this filth that you're seeing on the Playfield, that's like pieces of the black rubber rings. That's why it gets like that. It's dust off of these rings. So we're going to go with the white ones. I think it'll brighten up the Playfield, make it look a lot nicer. They do make an orange set, which would probably look cool too, but they cost like 10 times as much as the white ones, so we're going to go with the white ones. If it's good enough for the modern machines, it's good enough for this one that's slightly a little bit older. done. We did all the Playfield, but it's one of those things where I don't even know how the thing plays or anything, so we're going to have to play through it, and we're going to have to test every switch and everything just to make sure everything's right. Once they get this new, they're very complex. There's a lot of stuff going on. So a lot of times you can put something in the wrong place and not even realize it. So one of the things was the 4 basket guys had the bulbs missing, so we got those back in. Let's see if they'll strobe through here in a second. The lights were missing. Yeah, there we go. The lights were missing from the backdrop. We got those going. Just bulbs all over the place, burn out. We may still, something might still be going on with the pop bumpers. We'll figure that out. There were a couple screws missing. We put stuff in where we think it goes. There were rubber rings that were completely not installed. We put on a couple wrong and then went back and redid it. There's one little post up here that seems completely wrong. I don't know why it's like that. This post, it almost looks like something's missing. I did see a couple other people's that have that, and there's nothing on it. So I don't know what in the world that is. And then this is kind of weird too. This post, there's nothing on top of it. It's just kind of like a guide for this. This is a ball diverter that appears to lift up out of the way as you play it. So it's one of those things where you just kind of got to play it a little bit and make sure everything's right. And you might end up getting the ball trapped somewhere and go, oh, well, that's not right. But we've got it about as good as we can tell without playing it or knowing what's going on. But at least we've got it clean, and now we can play it without worrying about damaging the artwork on the playfield. None of the artwork was damaged. There's a little bit of places where it doesn't look brand new anymore, but it's not really damaged. So it's actually in very nice shape, in my opinion. It's a little newer than we typically work on, so I don't see too much of them. Of course, we still have to mess with the apron and all of that. However, another thing. Originally, these did have black rubber rings. I looked it up. It came from the factory with black rubber rings, like we were talking about. I wanted to go with white. I like the way it looks. I think it lightens up the whole playfield, makes everything look a little brighter, a little fresher, a little newer. But whenever you do that, you're going to run into a few issues. Like, for instance, these little bumpers here were all black. So we changed those to yellow, which is typically what you use whenever you use the white rings. Which looks fine, but then you run into the problem with the flipper rubbers. It has orange bats originally, which is kind of cool, and you kind of need to have black flipper rubber on orange bats. If you put yellow on, that's not going to look that good. Red's not going to look that good. It's going to clash with the orange. So, I don't know. I guess red might look all right because there's red on the playfield. But for now, we just put black ones on. So we have black flipper rubbers and then white rubber rings for everything else. And swapped out all of the other black rubber rings possible for the yellow bumpers. I think all of the lights are working. I haven't seen any of the flashers working yet, so I think the flashers might all be screwed up or something. But of course, we still got all kinds of work to do on it. But that's where we're at so far. Let me turn off the lights, and we'll get a look at the light show in the dark. Yeah, with the lights off, you can really see these newer games. And to me, this is a newer game, even though it's 30 years old. These newer games, just the light show's awesome. And I don't like LEDs. So to me, they look great like this with the incandescent bulbs. I know a lot of you don't agree with that, but that's cool. You can do them the way you want. This is the way I want. But I think it's a really fun looking game. Once we get the flashers doing whatever they do, I'll bet it's even nicer. So I can't believe I didn't notice that the 4 guys didn't have bulbs working. So if anybody knows about that post up there, let me know in the comments down below. And I'm sure you'll all let me know all the other lights that aren't working. I think maybe this pop bumper here isn't doing its thing, and I think maybe that one's supposed to have a bulb in it too. I'll bet that one. Let's see. No, it doesn't. That one doesn't have one. It's just not made that way. This one does, I'll bet, though. I don't want to break it. We'll figure it out. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. That's us working on the playfield a little bit. So now that it's clean, like I said, we can play it a little bit and do some more testing and make sure everything's correct. The thing is so complex, we got to make sure it all works. And remember, there's a back box animation too. There's a flipper in the back box, so we got to get to all that. But we'll do that on the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. Now, hey, by the way, if you like these pinball machines, these a little bit newer pinball machines, we have worked on a few of them, just a couple. So if you want to see one of those videos, check this one out. We'll see you on the next one.